Hello, and welcome back to the next episode in our Pillars of Eternity campaign, playing as Kasemir the Cipher. So we're currently in the lower levels of the ruins of the Temple of Aothas at the moment, and the enemies down here are a little too difficult for our party to handle at the moment, particularly given that we've only got 3 out of 6 party members in total, so we really should have another 3 people with us, and we'll aim to hopefully get another 3 companions as soon as possible. But look, to be honest, I'm surprised we actually made it as far into the ruins as we did. I really didn't think we were going to be able to kill the Skolder King up on the upper levels. So getting down here and taking out a few of the packs of enemies down here, I think we did pretty well, all things considered, being on Path of the Damned difficulty and all that. But yeah, the rest of the mobs down here, just a little too difficult for us. So we're going to come back another time and finish clearing the temple at a later date. And instead we'll go and try handle some of these other quests we have, like a Mother's Plea or the Smith's Shipment. But we will return. And I just want to also just check to make sure I haven't missed any hidden loot anywhere. I don't think I have, but I just want to make sure. What does that say? A powerful odor of spices rises from one of these dishes. Vibrant dyes and grain seeds fill the others. Okay. These prayer scrolls are coated in a thick layer of grime and dust. Alright. Now there was also a book that we had that I wanted to read. Where is it? Book of Verses. This small volume of verses and psalms is somewhat battered, suggesting it used to be carried on someone's person. The pages are dog-eared and worn, and the gold threads which form the title of the book have begun to fray. The book tends to open to a particular section where someone has marked a verse with a small blotch of ink. Eodnung the bright star spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry, calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand of the shining god, and was afraid. Yeah, so this is the book that we found in this room here, and I think this is the Rectrix's room, because one of the notes we read mentioned something about it being near the scriptorium, which I presume is this library. And I think this book was her book that she has marked up particular sections of, and it sounds like this might be the key to the bell code. I mean, we solved it anyway just by guesswork, but I mean, we knew the right bell was first and last, and we knew the large bell was second. And here it says Eodnung, the right hand of the shining god. Eodnung was listening to the right hand of the shining god speaking first. So, O wanderer, hear me, she spoke. You are known to us, and your deeds put you far from salvation. And he wept, for he knew that his sins lay bare before this great illumination. Then Sargamus spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. Harmkeen knelt before them then, resolved to save himself, and asked what he must do. And Modegund spoke. Her voice was like the songbird's final hymn, bidding farewell to the day's light. What darkness lies within you, you must cast into his light. Your sins will be burned from you, until you are newly formed, reborn into his keeping. So spoke Modegund, But Eodnung warned him, saying, "You have walked all these years into darkness, and must now return. You will find the path like treading fire, and at every step you will be tempted to turn away, but no harm will come to you if you keep your faith." Oh, sorry, Eodnung was the right hand of the Shining God. I don't know who the he is, but anyway. So yeah, Eodnung is the right bell, which goes first and last. Sargamas is the large bell, which goes second, and then Modagund is the other smaller bell on the left, which goes third. And I didn't realize it at the time, but if I'd read this first and then read the descriptions of the sounds of the bells, it would match with the descriptions of the sounds of the voices here. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't think there's any other loot for us to take.
I'll see what I can find.
We looted wasn't there a panel up there or something that we looted? Yeah, we got that already. Alright.
Good day, stranger.
Wirton nods at you in greeting, cradling his injured arm. You've returned. Find anything? Yeah, I'm still looking. Remember, there are some hidden chambers in this place. Trick sconces, that kind of thing. Best to keep an eye out. Yeah. Alright, well, we will come back, Wirton, at a later date. I wonder if we can tell Urgit about what's going on in the temple. I'm not inclined to tell him anything, but I just want to see. Yeah, no, okay. Alright, so, I guess we head east. I don't think we need to do anything in Valewood. I think we cleared everything there, right? We cleared the bear cave, we cleared the wolves and the bandits and the Zorips. So yeah, I think we've spoken to everyone else in Gilded Vale. So I guess we'll just... Okay, so that's the Estonwood. And what if I go south? North will take us back to Valewood. East takes us to the Estonwood. South takes us to Magran's Fork. And where does west take us? Nowhere. Okay, so we can go south or east. Let's go south first. It'll take us 4 hours. And we'll just save here. Okay, there's a wolf there.
Laying low.
How many wolves? That's the question. Okay, at least 2. I think we can take 2. Let's go there. Okay, let's go here. That pull was hitting Adair.
Let's go.
Ooh. I really need to get a ranged weapon for my character. But I want to use guns, and we just haven't come across anyone that sells them yet. Admeth's Wirt. Folmar. Okay, let's go speak to Folmar. Ah, oh, hello there. Begging your pardon, but you gave me a good fright. I thought I heard something rustling through the brush. Suppose that was just you. Silly of me. Don't suppose you happen to need some supplies? I thought I'd make my way over to Mardmer Bridge, but I'm starting to think I'd be better off heading back to town and getting a few more folks together. Better safe than sorry, right? Say, did you hear something? No? Oh. Yes, I did. Now, anyway. Alright, oops. Just use Miniletta's missiles.
Hey.
Ah, keep hitting the dare. Not good.
Hey, man. Let's go.
Okay. Probably didn't need to knock it down. Now, get knocked down.
I shall.
Yeah.
By every star in the sky, thank you. I've never seen these beasts so bold before. Strange times we're in. Here, take these. I'm headed back to Gilded Vale for certain, and you can make better use of them. 3 potions of minor endurance. Nice. Well, we should visit him in
Steady does it.
in Gilded Vale. If we get an opportunity. More wolf that way. More wolves over that way, rather. Is there anything up here? Don't think there was. Where does this go? Ooh, Adra pillars. Your reflection warps and twists in the live, gleaming Adra. Oh, another ghost spirit. St. Giron's Horn. Durance. Ah, there's some hidden loot here.
Worth a look.
Saw you in the flames.
Durance saw us in the flames, apparently. West to Gilded Vale, south to Anslog's Compass, east to Black Meadow. What do you mean you saw us in the flames? Who are you, Mr. Durance? Squatting at the base of this statue is an incredibly ugly man, with bulging red cheeks, raked by pox scars, and a scraggly beard. He is sweating, as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows, but that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap, and then, out of nowhere, there is the hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway.
His face tenses with his iron bear trap smile, ready to spring.
I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow. If that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
A staff rests easily in his hand. It wasn't there a moment ago. Let's examine the statue. The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat. So much so, you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it, or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magran cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across a fire, then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and calloused, they bear no burn or scorch marks. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was something far more dangerous, but not now. As you study it deeper, it shimmers slightly in your eyes, like water catching the light weaving across the statue. Whatever power was bled from the staff, it doesn't make it, or the wielder, any less dangerous. You look up to see the man watching you studying the staff. As his gaze meets yours, he nods with a humorless smile. Strange choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. The man smiles slightly at your words, then nods, never taking his eyes off you. I could do better, though the road holds little else. His eyes run the length of your frame, and he follows it with a sneer. Until now.
The world holds many whores we worship. Respect comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways. But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
The man's face cracks a smile with teeth, almost a dare. I didn't catch your name, or why you want to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter?
The man grunts and his hand tightens around the staff.
It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now.
The man's staff blossoms with fire for a moment, then the embers settle. Well, if we hadn't told Aloth that we were a watcher earlier, or a dare for that matter, then Durance has just outed us in front of everyone, so anyway.
If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
Durance, rather, not Durance, but anyway. Durance, and as you observe souls, I test them. Okay. Yeah, how did you know I was a watcher? Durance shakes his head, and his hand curls tightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away, one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
He grunts again, his eyes narrowing. You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their mewling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable.
He inhales, again giving you the impression of a blacksmith bellows, and he smiles, almost proudly.
Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
He stares at you for a moment, his brow creasing. What kind of marks?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand.
He stares at your face, then into your eyes, almost dully at first, then more intently. Dully, rather. Weird word. He shrugs.
As for disease,
He taps the
not
pox
all of
scars
us
on
were
his
close
face.
to water when the pox hit. But it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
Well, if your stone mistress there allows it, then come on.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
Durance glances at the statue, then gives a low chuckle. His chuckle dies into a smile, a genuine one. Alright, so we've picked up
What?
Durance into our party.
How may I help?
Hey, what's on your mind?
I would
What?
like to have a chat with him. Thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. Yeah, I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Yeah, okay, well, why were we supposed to meet? The why of it is you're a watcher, he snorts. A watcher runs two roads of why. For me, it's more a matter of what. There was a time when I wouldn't have spared a thought for your words, or even bothered with you. But now, seeking out watchers is what I do, to put the truth to them, see which of the two ways they bend. He smiles slightly, taunting. Truth? What kind of truth? Either you're a dry field in need of a harvest burning, he frowns for a moment, his eyes flat, or you're lost in the darkness. Either way, you can see differently from others. He gives a half smile, then his tone becomes accusing. I can tell by the way you notice the staff first off. Not many can see it at first, nor the etchings or the flames, but your eyes, he stares at you, almost eagerly, nodding. Your eyes trace the path that I could see. So which are you, a dry field or lost in darkness? Durance's face tenses. The day we don't trade that question back and forth is the day our paths no longer need to be joined. And the trial, Durance's hand clenches his staff. The trial is done. So you don't know either. You know this nation is diseased. Don't need to be a watcher to see it in the children, the politics, the men that stalk the roads with knives in hands and murder in their eyes. This land needs life again, new seeds planted in the burned soil. His voice drops, mocking, and his eyes narrow. And something tells me you can see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always does. So then, we need to make sure you see, truly, now. This nation, its people, don't need any more lies blinding them, nor do I. You test a truth. You don't blindly accept it. And how do you plan to test me? Sharing the road, of course. one truth to match another, matching each other's pace, keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and rantings. For my faith, my teaching, sharing the road is a simple, hard truth. His smile widens, and his hands tap against his waist, once, then twice. And when you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now, if you strike a lie at the knee with the same force, his smile dies, and his eyes narrow. Why, you make a cripple with but one leg to stand on. Is that why you carry that staff? Is that why I... Durance is about to launch another volley of words. Blinks, then he rolls his head back and laughs deeply, the laughter coming until it seems the air will run out of his lungs, until it seems forced. Perhaps your words are worth listening to, Watcher. He frowns, any trace of humor gone. But the truth will win out. Keep pace, and we'll see. Alright, let me ask you about something else.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
Yeah, and what two ways are those? Okay, it says the same thing there. And yeah, so you're putting me on trial, are you? And he says the same thing there too. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Well, you won't find my truth lacking. The road is young, so are your words. The truth will win out. Keep pace and we'll see.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Can you tell me about the Hollowborn?
That's a curse that runs deeper. It's a godhammer of a different sort. And like the godhammer, it was made by men's hands.
Durance's voice becomes bitter. All things have a price. Left unchecked, faithlessness, virtues, it leaves marks on souls, until souls don't have the strength to enter bodies that are pure. Animancers, ciphers, all who play games with the fabric of souls are to blame for the barren field they leave behind. Durance glares at you. Even watchers can do the same. Some simply watch, others try to weave souls, guide them as surely as Widewind across Evenduer. He turns away. That is why I correct the Hollowborn when I find them, and the ones whose hands have led to this seed being spilled on the ground. What do you mean, correct the Hollowborn?
There are fewer souls. There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process.
Isn't that murder?
I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound. A wict? Less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirit should be punished, it's theirs.
Durance snorts. And who's to blame? The fields of the Deerwood are filled with weakness, ripe for those that play with souls, minds. His face wrinkles in a frown. Animancers and their kind, watchers too, they bear more of the burden than their victims, and more of the punishment. Every year has seen a new crime. The Saints' War, the Hollowborn, and the Salvation. Okay, but there's no proof that watchers are to blame for these events. There are few who can shape a soul in such a fashion. Durance stares at you. And any watcher, any true watcher born in the Deerwood, would be able to see the crime even if they did not cause it. Silence itself is damning. Alright, well why didn't you end me then?
Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the Hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it.
Durance laughs coldly. You'd equate murder with mercy?
Murder is an old word. Mercy is letting a soul fly free to the next body. True punishment? Ruining someone to their soul. Crack their spirit like you would crack their skulls with a staff. Beat them. Hurt them in mind and body. So their souls become shards. But you leave it inside the vessel, like a bag of glass, to either choke on it, or pass it through their bloody stool.
Durance scoffs, and his hand tightens on his staff as if reciting a cadence.
Then, Leave it in the body to think on it, like planting a new field with the right seed.
He makes a locking motion with the twist of his hand, then grins, satisfied. That sounds like you've committed it to memory.
Many marks may I make upon your flesh, but flame leaves marks that cannot heal. Magran doctrine dictates true punishment is one that remains in memory, in the soul, in the flesh. Even should the victims die, slowly or swift, sometimes by their own hand afterwards, the lesson lingers, burned in their flesh.
Durance becomes sober as he quotes. That seems harsh.
Have you seen a man branded by flame? He remembers it always, in every waking movement. It is a lesson writ in the only ink and vellum that matters, blood and flesh. One can burn the soul as well. It is an art, and I do not take pleasure in it. But there is more at stake here than forgiveness. Many of Aethys' faith were punished in the purges following the Saints' War. And the ones that harmed children, they suffered worse.
What do you mean?
We did what must be done. Wherever they were rooted out, their souls reclaimed. And if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body.
Durance's face hardens. His hand clenches his staff. Alright, I wanted to ask you about the region and its history. Keep troubling me, and I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Okay, he's had enough
Yes?
of talking.
Hey, what's on your mind?
What?
Yeah, I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about the region and its history still. Are you a servant of Whale? Let mysteries and questions remain with him, at least until the next time we need rest. Okay, he
What?
definitely doesn't want to talk. Does something ail you? No, never mind, let's get going. Okay, well that was interesting enough. It sounds like Durance kills hollow-born infants, so infants born without a soul, and he considers it a mercy, not murder. And I suppose, look, on a certain way of thinking, perhaps it is a mercy, I don't know. You need a strong stomach to do that though, but
Sure.
yeah. I think I would rather hope for a cure than do things that way. But anyway. So, Durance
What?
is a priest. He is a priest of Magran. 14 might, 15 constitution, 9 dexterity and perception, 15 intelligence, and 18 resolve. And as a priest, he's got access to some cool spells here. So it creates a tangible shield of faith, +4 damage reduction for friendlies in the area. +22 to 34 pierce damage on one target. +5 accuracy and 10% damage for everyone in the area. This will frighten enemies. Halt, what does that do? Stuck for 13 seconds, roughly, 12.5 seconds. Holy meditation, +30 concentration and 15 will. Prayer against fear gives friendly AoE immunity to frightened and terrified for 25 seconds. And then restore minor endurance. And then withdraw. Gives the friendly target invisible for 25 seconds and stasis shield and +100 endurance. Okay. So it's just like a bubble, basically. A statue of Magran, goddess of war and flame. Dozens of names have been scratched into the stone at her feet. Supplicants seeking her blessing.
Right.
Laying low.
Oh, we should level him up, actually. Let's give him 1 survival, and we'll just give him more lore. Maybe 1 athletics. Actually, you know what? No need to give him more athletics. That'll do. Alright. Class skill. Brilliant Radiance. Enemies take burn damage from the Priest's Holy Radiance. Vessels take increased burn damage. Condemns the Priest's foes, dazing any enemies in the area of effect. Once per encounter. Inspired Flame. The Faithful of Magron gain an accuracy bonus with Sword and Arquebus, and can cast a special version of Burst of Summer Flame. Well, he uses a quarterstaff at the moment. Aggrandizing Radiance. Everyone receives less healing from the Priest's Holy Radiance, but the Priest gains a bonus to all attributes and movement. No, I don't like that at all. Inspiring Radiance. Allies gain an accuracy bonus from the Priest's Holy Radiance, plus 10 accuracy for 12.5 seconds. So what's the difference between that? So, friendly AoE, endurance for only vessels, 37.8 burn damage over 3.8 seconds. Okay, so that's the base effect. So this just adds another 9 to 13 burn damage, I think. I think Inspiring Radiance would be good. Is there anything else that we might want to give to him? I don't think so. Yeah, alright. Let's just take Inspiring Radiance for the moment, which will give plus 10 accuracy. And unlocks a bunch of spells as well. Consecrated Ground. That gives 11 endurance over 1.3 seconds as an AoE. Divine Mark. 45 to 56 burn damage minus 25 deflection for 12.5 seconds. That'll be good against like bosses and that sort of thing. Holy Power. Plus 3 might and 7 resolve. That's not bad. Iconic Projection does 22 freeze damage to the target and gives a friendly target 22 endurance. So that's a heal or a damage spell depending on who I use it on. Instill Doubt dazes for 25 seconds. Prayers Against Infirmity gives a friendlies in the AoE immunity to sickened and weakened. Repulsing Seal places a magical seal on the floor that sends enemies sprawling on contact, causing them to become prone. That's pretty useful. Restore Light Endurance. Shares a portion of the caster's divine strength, restoring some endurance to all allies in the area of effect. And then Suppress Affliction. Stifles detrimental conditions through sheer force of will, temporarily suspending hostile status effects on allies in the area of effect. I mean, these all seem fairly useful. How many wolves do we have there? 3. Okay. 4. Alright.
Aye?
5. Alright, that's a lot more than I thought. Let's get you there.
Sure.
So, is there anything... Just thinking what we should potentially use here. this doesn't appear like it's going that well. No, we'll have to reload that one, I think. I think we probably should rest a little bit. Let's do this quickly again. Yeah, Inspiring Radiance, yep.
Sure.
Do I want to use... Yeah, let's use that. And let's get... This beam is... That did not go well at all. Yeah, that did not go well at all. That beam... That was unfortunate. Try again.
Huh?
Put it there.
Yes?
Block there with come on.
Just get quiet.
No, okay, that didn't work. Having trouble holding down a front line with that many wolves. Maybe there's a different angle we can take. But that we kind of need that beam attack because it does so much damage. Although, actually, now that I think about it, maybe we can not use that and instead save the focus and use
Yes?
the amplified thrust one. Maybe let's try that. Leave the beam for now. Okay, and we'll still use that, I think.
Aye?
That didn't quite work out. Oh, got no spells left.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless.
Yeah, no, I think not gonna win that one either. We might have to rest up a bit. Let's explore the rest of this area first, perhaps. Okay, there's a house here. Will-o-wisp over there. Gold pack paladin down there. Let's go speak to the paladins. There, that one. Get that one. What? No. They were friendly. It tricked me. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Well, Aloth just got wrecked.
What?
Don't get knocked out there. Oh, okay, he got knocked out.
Let's no rebirth for him this time.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Adair is maimed, so we're definitely going to have to rest. Why on earth did they attack us? Ludrana's orders. It seems I have no choice but to provide you with instruction. Raedric's forces are spread thin, and the road through the wilds to the south of Gilded Vale lies unguarded. Given these favourable circumstances, I'm sure that even you can manage to handle a peasant or two. The archers tell me that Kolsch's men made south after their escape. If you should happen to retrieve one of their number, I may be convinced to forgive your previous mistakes. For the last time, you are to keep clear of Defiance Bay. Know that if you cannot be trusted to acquire a useful specimen with even a modicum of discretion, I have no qualms whatsoever about using what materials I have at my disposal instead. This is from someone called O. Peculiar, I wonder what they were. So they're out here trying to capture peasants or something? Or Kolsch's men, or I don't know. But they want specimens, so is that like to do experiments on? Because what did she say? She said, there, that one, get that one. Yeah, okay. Weird. And we've got Ludrana's Grimoire, which has Ghost Blaze, Chill Fog, Necrotic Lance, and Fetid Caress. You found a new grimoire. Grimoires often contain spells that your wizards may not know. For a small cost, you can learn those spells from the description panel. You may also fill additional grimoires with different spells, place them in your wizard's quick slot items to switch them. But be careful, switching grimoires will temporarily lock wizards out of spellcasting for several seconds. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's, do we want to camp here? Yeah, let's camp here.
Sure.
Shh. Gets everyone back to full health. Which is what we need. Because we were getting a little bit low there and I didn't want anyone to die. So that goes towards Black Meadow. Or to Anslog's Compass. If we go south. forest troll. Just the one? Looks like just the one. Let's come back for that. I don't know how tough that will be.
And what does the flame reveal? Shh.
So, yeah, that's where that forest troll was. More St. Giron's horn. The corpse here with a fine greatsword. And nothing else around the Archer stones. Doesn't look like it. Okay, and we cleared up there and there. It's wolves up there. Margaret Shrine there. We haven't had a look here. Boar. 2 boars. 3 boars. Alright, that's alright. No, come on. Oh, that's a lot of boars, actually. Okay. Let's give us a blessing. Let's use Chill Fog. Ah, bloody Adair again.
Let's go.
That beam, I swear. It's good, but I keep hitting Adair with it. Let's try the Grimoire Slam. Let's attack that one. Ah, that could have gone better. Let's just reload. Muck that one up.
Mm-hmm.
So the boars are all over there.
Nice and quiet. I'll see what I can find.
All right.
Yes?
try that.
Curses!
Can we knock that one down, maybe?
Damn it!
Ah, damn it. Got knocked out.
You gotta take. You just get quiet.
Nope. Okay. Damn. Who would have thought a couple boars would be so tough?
Sure.
Alright. We'll use that one, sorry. Aloth, you do that. Maybe let's try Charm one. Although I think okay, can we... Do I want to beam them? Let's try that one. Actually, you go knock him down. Is there anything we can do that will damage? Let's do that.
Be on scene.
Just like an adherent to go down fast.
You just get quiet.
Damn, these boars are tough. Alright, I think we'll have it this time. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, just. Jeez. So he's got a swollen eye. Aloth's got bruised ribs. Oh, we killed all the boars though. Boars are infamously temperamental creatures, and despite their size, they are capable of inflicting grievous injuries with their goring tusks. Thick and resistant, boar hides fetch good prices at market, while the impressive tusks of elder boars make for even grander prizes.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay, alright, well we cleared that at least. Let's try get into that house over there. Now there was a will-o'-the-wisp nearby. Just the one, I think, yeah. I think we can take just the one. Yeah, okay. That was fine. Cool. Orlan's Cradle. Loose brick.
I'll see what I can find.
Doesn't look like there's anything else. Just conscious the wolves are down there, I think. Yeah, they're over there. Alright. That's all clear, I think, everything. Alright, let's go in this house. Any hidden loot anywhere? Nope. Okay. Got some fruit. And camping supplies and a rope and grappling hook. Alright, maybe we try take that forest troll out now. There he is. Okay. I think this time we use that necrotic lance ability.
Lava!
Can we get behind him? Let's get Durance up there.
What?
Try and knock him down. There we go. That's what I wanted. Let's use minerals. Nice. Ah, and we actually leveled up, and we get troll skin. The hide of a troll is formed of what appears to be several layers of thin vines, plants, and mulch, forming a thick, nearly impenetrable skin. Great.
Right.
Let's grab that, which is blood moss. And here we go, Fulvano's Amulet, which gives +5 reflex and +25% healing received. Though never as famed as he would claim, the Valian explorer Fulvano was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he travelled by foot to gain a local's appreciation for the sights, sounds, and smells of the land he passed through. I've already read this on the gloves. This amulet is said to have belonged to Fulvano. He was a man much taken with mild superstitions, and this talisman, he said, was a source of luck. It also served more sentimental purpose, for it depicts one of the great ships commonly seen at the docks of his homeland. I'll give that to Adair. And the chewed letter. This piece of parchment is torn and flecked with blood and troll spittle. What little of it remains reads, "Worried he may have come to harm. Once I reach Defiance Bay, I will hire guards to take me back west in safety, and see if we cannot find Fulvano. At present, I regret my eagerness to be away from Gilded Vale. It is very dark." Yeah, okay.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay. I think that's everything we can do here, other than the wolves, but they're a bit tricky. Let's level up. Grab more in mechanics. One more in law. And we get another power, so we can get mind blades, or we can get another level 1 power. I don't think the level 1 powers are going to be worth it. I think we'll get mind blades, I think. Yeah, we'll get mind blades. And psychic backlash. Once per encounter, will stun anyone who tries to use a will attack on us. We can get draining whip, plus 33% focus gain. I think we'll get that. Yeah, we'll get draining whip. The faster we can gain focus, the more we can use our powers. Yeah, biting whip and draining whip. Good. Okay. Cool. Do we want to try take out these wolves? We could give it a try, I suppose. I think this might be a better way of going about it. Let's get that armor of faith down, and use that combustion. Bounces psychic energy harmlessly off the target onto the closest nearby enemy. I think we use the Mind Blades one. Damn it, couldn't get it out on time. Let's use... Yeah, let's use that. And then we'll use Holy Radiance. Let's try again with Mind Blades. Alright, let's try that one then. Another Grimoire Slam. Okay. Magrin, go help. Go knock him down. Okay, let's get me out of there. Nice. That worked out alright. Get a bunch of wolf hides. Adair levels up. Give him more athletics. And we'll give him, yeah, we'll give him rapid recovery. Should make him even tankier. We do want to give him weapon and shield style as well. We'll give him... Actually, I think weapon and shield style would be better, so we'll give him that first. We'll reduce his damage completely, so that's probably a better choice at this stage. In fact, we should look at his shield. Right now he's got the medium shield, which is 12 deflection, -4 accuracy. We could give him... oh, okay, that categorizes them under there. We could give him a small shield, less deflection, but no accuracy reduction. Do we have any bigger shields than that? Large shield, 16 deflection, -8 accuracy. I think maybe we'll give him that for the moment. Or maybe we just leave him with that one. Maybe we'll just leave him with that one for now. But something to consider, giving him a bigger shield. Might be worthwhile. Is there anything up here? Yeah, there's Admeth's Weird. So we've cleared everything then in Magran's Fork, haven't we? Yeah. There's nothing down here. Did that. Okay, alright. Let's head back to Gilded Vale. We'll go to the inn. And rest up at the inn, and then maybe we'll check out the smithy. Or maybe we should go to the Estonwood. Maybe we'll do that next. I don't think the smithy had guns for sale from memory.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
And we'll just sleep in the common room. Oh, we should speak to Durance again. He might have some more dialogue, given that
Nice
we've
and quiet.
rested. Okay, Alof
Hey.
doesn't have anything to say,
What's on your mind?
nor does
Sure.
Adair. What about you, Durance? Your face is full of need, Durance snorts. It looks to burst if you didn't speak. Alright, yeah, I've got
If doubts
questions.
and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Do you think there's any tie between the Hollowborn and the Godhammer? Alright, why don't you tell me what the Godhammer is first? Or actually, tell me about this. Do you know anything of the Deerwood and the surrounding nations? Deerwood's the best of them. Still has spirit, if a land can have one. It's a place where a man can walk freely, even make new roads, and that's a rare thing in this world. Its generations, however, are damned, so no new footfalls may spell an end to it. Do you mean the Hollowborn? Yes. Eothas' last stab at revenge after he was ended. Durance frowns. Eothas was the god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the Deerwood. I've heard some claim it's his doing. His death. It's closed the halls to new souls. He scoffs. I don't believe it. The problem is closer than that, and as always, it involves women and men, and they are always circling, within and without. The Valian Republics, Red Ceres, the Saints' War, one big bladed spiral, shredding everything around it. How do you feel about the Valian Republics? Durance snorts. Fortune seekers garbed in robes of office, manipulators, traitors and traitors all. Yeah, watch your tongue, priest. I am from the Republic. Well, heritage-wise, anyway. Couldn't stand to remain? Don't blame you. He glares at you with a half-smile, which fades. You look more humble than most. Any country so obsessed with style might as well be wearing scarves over their eyes. You think the Republics mean the Deerwood harm? The Deerwood had best be vigilant. or they'll turn them into slaves as soon as ink dries on the trade treaty. The Deerwood and all its internal riches is too tempting. Durance's voice drops. Especially if someone else tames the country, and the face painters for them. Face painters? Durance waves his hand dismissively. Tribes, Glanfathans, cluster around the ruins like flies. And what about Red Ceres? Durance's face flushes, and a sheen of sweat forms on his brow. Too many adjectives to that so-called nation. Civil unrest, economic collapse, all tinder, just needing the right spark. Some farmer shows up, takes a god into himself, then takes a crown on his head. This divine kingdom he tries to set up goes about as well as you'd expect. A trickle of sweat runs down the side of Durance's cheek and sinks into his beard. Suddenly, the population of heretics goes up by about half and again, and Aothas starts turning his blood-stained gaze to every blasphemer he can find. Cleaning house is one way to put it. His face darkens, and his eyes narrow. Purge is another. Put them in their god in their place, though. With enough force to kill that damned country, too. So I take it you're not a supporter of the country of Red Ceres? Aloth passes by casually, muttering under his breath. Surely you know where this is going by now. It's not a country. It's a gathering of cowards. Adir puppets. They used to be an optimistic bunch. A bright bunch. Durance laughs at bright, as if a private joke. Was their undoing. Should have embraced their misery without letting a farmer lead them to a brighter ruin. Almost Aothas puppets, too. Put an end to that. They dangled on his strings. Widewind dangled on theirs. They would never have had any success on the battlefield had not their god come down. The Saints' War? Durance snarls. Needed to call on their god to have a chance. Alright, well, tell me about the Saints' War. Durance's eyebrows draw together in a frown, and then he grunts. Keep forgetting your feet are new to the Deerwood. The Saints' War?
Wasn't a war. It was a god stepping past himself. The country of Red Ceres and all their heathens. They're paying for it now. Although by my count, the fire should have roared through their country with more force, catching all their souls. Truth, it wasn't even a war. It was a cautionary tale about pride. Specifically, Widewind's pride. He should have stayed a farmer.
Durance growls. Well, what happened exactly? Was, what? 15, 16 years ago? 2807? Durance pauses, then shakes his head and shrugs. My memories are back with a younger me. I don't hold on to dates. I hold on to actions and causes. The war was an act of arrogance, born straight from Red Ceres' twitching legs, a man thinking himself more than a man. Durance snorts. Want to kill someone? Tell him a god speaks through him. Then tell him he means him to lead, which puts him at the front of an army, and the army was as strong as you'd expect for Red Ceres, as sick as that country was to begin with. Yet a war was likely just what they needed. Well, what was wrong with the country? Red Ceres has its share of troubles. It deserves all of them. It deserved Widewind. He was the light that led them to flame. Red Ceres was in decline. A dear poison already eating its veins. Economic bleeding, the dying of their faith. Durance frowns. Then Widewind, this farmer, claims to take up Aothas in the flesh, and gives them the worst kind of hope. What happened then? They crown him. Durance taps his head, making a slight bow, and when his face turns back to you, he's wearing a feral smile. They make him king, the worst kind of blasphemy. And once he wears the crown on his head, and the god in his flesh, why, he starts making changes. Divine changes. Durance's eyes blaze. Then he decides he's going to change us. Save us. How? He marches on the Deerwood to free us from our beliefs, like he freed the other souls in Red Ceres. Cold Morn offers up its belly with no resistance, and it's spared. Durance snarls. The bloodshed starts when he sacks Mercy Vale. A touch of irony, that. Puts it to the flame. Cold Morn? Durance spits, snarls. Cowards! And Cold Morn is an apt name for them. They lay still, frozen while their fellows burned. They'll pay Magran's price one day for such cowardice. And what did Aothas do next? Aothas keeps marching. Dirwood takes to the trees, cutting at his flanks. His scouts, his troops. It seemed near hopeless. Durance's face becomes grim, then smiles slightly. Until Halgot Citadel, the Godhammer. There we put him to the flame, burned the god out of him, if there ever was one to begin with. Dozen brave men and women take to the bridge, make a stand, then we torched him there with the fire of the Godhammer. Well, what is the Godhammer?
Gods have taken flesh, in all respects, taking willing and unwilling vessels. It's not a violation, it's what gods do, as long as they accept all that comes with it. Men are weak. Gods? Well, we showed old Widewen that he was flesh and blood, no matter how much light was pouring out of his farmer's hands. Took men of faith to build a weapon, a Godhammer. Judgment. Proved him dead at Halgot Citadel.
It was a weapon of Dirwood's people, their independence. There are few that would deny that Aothas overstepped. The Godhammer reminded Aothas of this. A fire and force so terrifying, so bright, it burned a god away. Durance holds his staff, and his hands lock around it, tracing the etchings. As you watch, the top of the staff blossoms, burns brightly, and Durance speaks, his face illuminated in the fire. A weapon that would burn brighter than Aothas, and we led him to it and burned him at the stake. The stake was the Godhammer, and we impaled him on it. Who fashioned it? This nation did, yes, with its faithful. We weren't going to stand for any more. We didn't need a pretender in a vessel. We primed another vessel, and then let it fly. It took only taunts by men, and that was enough to lure him across the bridge and right into the new sun. It let Red Ceres see how bright their arrogance had become, and became a symbol by which we answered their purge with one of our own. What do you mean, purges?
We started saving the Aothasians from themselves, burning any that didn't die with their god. Heresy in Red Ceres is one thing. Heresy here in the Deerwood comes with a more personal touch.
Durance becomes grimmer, his face setting. Alright, well, I don't think it seems just, so you just answered their crime with one of your own. If you fight an enemy long enough, you become them. Why the purges? Yeah, if you fight an enemy long enough, you become them.
As I see it, every Aothasian who still lives in the Deerwood puts the nation at risk. Is another dagger held to the throat of our faith. Root them out, burn them, or send them back to Red Ceres to wallow in the blood of their failure.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Do you have whale's eyes painted on your skin? There's more mysteries than questions, and even a marching force of answers won't placate you. Even soldiers need to let their thoughts settle, just as their priests do. Alright, so Durance has had enough talking for now. I wonder what happens if we ask him to leave. Let's just speak to him and see. I need you to leave. Keep these treasures, I have no need of them, and I cast them away as I cast away the memory of you. These notes, let your simple-mindedness be your burden. Oh, he just goes. Okay. Well, I'm going to reload. I just wanted to see what would happen. Where's the quick save? Yeah, okay. Alright, maybe we'll go to the Estonwood now.
Yeah.
We'll rest it up. Actually, we'll check the smithy quickly. See if we can get anything useful there. Oh, and there was that chap who we rescued from the wolves. I don't know where he's gone, though. We'll check the smithy. He would have gone back to Gilded Vale. I'm just not sure where in Gilded Vale he hangs out. His name was Formail or something.
How do you do?
Anything? Outworn buckler. No, nothing too useful for me there. He must be in the inn, I guess. If he's not in one of the houses, presume he's in the inn. He won't be in Ingrod's house. Maybe this house. I doubt he'll be with Alpha, so he'll probably be in the inn if he's not in this house. No, not there. We'll check the inn then. Okay, maybe he's on the top floor. No. Could be in this room. No, okay. Yeah, I don't know where he is. Can't even fully remember his name, to be honest. Anyway, we'll go to the Estonwood. Yep. Take us 8 hours to get there, that's alright. Okay. Warding symbols as red and rough as scabs have been carved into some of the trees. East to Redrick's Hold and west to Gilded Vale. Oh, okay, so this is the road towards Redrick's Hold. Alright, well maybe we'll leave it there for now. We'll continue in the next episode. We'll see if we can clear the Estonwood. Until then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks for joining.
Quiet.